So today we are making one of the most underrated and unknown dishes from Spain. We are talking Bacalao a la Baezana. This dish hails from the small town of Baeza in beautiful Jaén in Andalusia, Spain. It's basically cod that you fry up in extra virgin olive oil, then you place it on top of some vegetables that pack some serious flavors. You know, the first time I tried this dish, it blew me away how good it was. The second time, it tasted even better, folks. Like I always tell you, this is what Spanish food is all about. Very easy to make and basic ingredients, but it promises to be one of the best cod dishes you will ever taste. Let's begin by patting dry a piece of cod with some paper towels. This is 400 grams, which equals 14 ounces. Now I bought this frozen and thawed it out just to make things cheaper, but if you prefer, you can totally use fresh cod here as well as any other type of whitefish. Once the piece of cod has been patted completely dry, I'm going to cut it into 2 evenly sized fillets and season them with sea salt and black pepper on both sides. Then I'm going to add a generous 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour into a bowl and coat each piece of cod in the flour, making sure they're evenly coated all around. For the next ingredient to prepare, I'm going to finely grate 1 large tomato. You can substitute this for about 1/2 cup of canned tomato sauce. And for the final ingredient to prepare, I'm going to grab 2 jarred roasted red bell peppers and cut them into thin strips. And reserved, I also have 1 tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley, 1/2 of an onion that I finely diced, and 4 cloves of garlic that I roughly minced. Alright, let's start cooking up our dish. I'm going to grab a large fry pan, heat it with a medium-high heat, and add in 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil. After heating the olive oil for 2 minutes, I'm going to add in the coated pieces of cod into the pan. After exactly 3 minutes, I'm going to flip the cod fillets to fry the other side. Now the thickness of these fillets are a little over 1/2 inch thick, so 3 minutes per side is the ideal cooking time. If your fillets are a little bit thinner, go between 2 to 2.5 minutes per side. After a total cooking time of 6 minutes, that's 3 minutes per side, these cod fillets should be perfectly cooked. You don't want to overcook them. I'm going to remove them from the pan and transfer them into a dish with some paper towels. Now using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in the 1/2 onion that was finely diced, along with the 4 cloves that were roughly minced, and 1 tablespoon of pine nuts. And start mixing everything together with that extra virgin olive oil. Very important to mix this continuously. We are on a medium-high heat, that way nothing burns and everything cooks evenly. After 60 to 90 seconds and all these ingredients have a beautiful fried golden color, you don't want to overcook them, I'm going to add in the grated tomato, 1/3 cup of frozen peas, our roasted peppers that we thinly sliced, a generous 1/2 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, the 1 tablespoon of the freshly chopped parsley, and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give this a quick mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed around. About a minute after adding the grated tomato and the rest of the ingredients into the pan, you can see it's really thickened up. I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of vegetable broth. The one that I'm using is homemade, recipe where you can get it in the iCard above. And I'm also going to add in 1 bay leaf, and a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads. And once again, we'll give this a quick mix. That way everything's evenly mixed around. Now the saffron threads I'm using to make this dish are from Golden Saffron. You always see me using Golden Saffron White because it's one of the best saffrons in the market. And when it comes to price to quality ratio, you can't beat these guys. Link where you can get some in the description box below. About 5 minutes after adding the vegetable broth into the pan, you can see it has reduced by more than half. I'm going to add the cod fillets back into the pan. And we're just going to heat the cod fillets between 1 to 2 minutes. Then we'll remove the pan from the heat. Add some of the vegetables into a serving dish. Top it off with one of the cod fillets. And we'll sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Check it out, our Bacalao a la Baezana is done. This is what Spanish cuisine is all about. So easy to put together, so many great flavors in there. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Once again, this is what Spanish cuisine is all about. So simple, but the aromas are amazing. Here we go. I'm telling you, every time I make this dish, it just gets better and better. Truly is an explosion of flavors, so many different textures. You saw this, so easy to make. Comes together in about 30 minutes, a very unknown recipe. Make it at home and I guarantee one of the best cod dishes you will ever taste. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Shelly Leon and Karsten Korn. Again guys, thank you for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon, consider becoming one. It helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.